Hello, my name is John Clayton and I draw weird shits, and let me start by saying happy fucking Alien Day, you guys. Alien Day 2019. Yeah.
Oh, y'all wanted a twist, eh? Come on, season 6, let's get sickening! Yeah!
Yes, bitch, work.
Last year when I celebrated Alien Day, I was really fucking late, you guys. I started drawing a Xenomorph the evening of and only finished it 2 days later. It was an embarrassment to Alien fans everywhere. But this time, I did make sure I started on time and finished by the 26th. Literally, this drawing was finished maybe 2 days ago. I worked on it at the art show and everything. It was a good time. Just like last year, I also binged all of the Alien films, even the shitty Alien Resurrection film. Even though I loathe that film, I did watch it for Alien Day, as well as Prometheus and Alien Covenant, because it's part of the franchise and I have to, as an Alien fan, I have to watch it. When I first started drawing and sketching out ideas, I wanted to do my own version of a Xenomorph, but have it be an actual Xenomorph, as in draw inspiration from the Big Chap and the original concept art pieces by H.R. Giger, and from the original design from the Necronomicon. In the end though, I came up with the idea of what if a facehugger managed to impregnate one of my infernal monsters? What would come out of it? What kind of Xenomorph would come out of it? And that's what led me to my Infernamorph. So that was my basis when going into this, and I really wanted to go back to the sexual roots of the Xenomorph. By this I mean all the way back to the original look of the Xenomorph, back in the Necronomicon, before it was called an actual Xenomorph, when it was actually just a big dickhead. H.R. Giger's original work was a bunch of biomechanical, sex-crazed beasts, which I fucking loved. The original Xenomorph's head was quite literally a penis, and so I wanted to incorporate it very much into my new Infernamorph. Giger's art is a huge inspiration of mine. His use of provocative imagery and body horror, mainly relating to biomechanical organisms, makes for hauntingly cold and beautiful paintings. I honestly wish I could have met him, but alas, he passed in 2014, so I mean, let me just do a Hail Mary and like... Yet his work continues to inspire me. It was only when I was like 12 or so that I realized that I had seen his other work in other movies, and he worked on other creatures. You know, he originally did some work for I think it was the third Poltergeist movie. I also believe he worked on the first Species film. He worked on Sill's design. And I think those films, his work was far more true to his style, since the special effects were far more specialized and advanced, as opposed to the late 70s and early 80s when Alien was made. If you don't know, the original Xenomorph in the first Alien was supposed to be completely white and transparent, but because of special effects back in the day, it wasn't as specialized as it was now. They ended up going with like a black metallic look for the Xenomorph, whereas the original look for the Xenomorph was echoed in Sill's design in Species, where she's completely transparent, and that's what the Xenomorph was supposed to appear like. They even have, I believe NECA did a concept figure for the original look for the Xenomorph, which is bone white and transparent. It's actually pretty interesting. I wouldn't have minded seeing the Xenomorph like that, but I think the black and the metallic look really well, and I think in my opinion it's a lot more menacing too. I really wanted to keep some of the traits of the Xenomorph in my Infernamorph, mainly the silhouette itself, but physically be far from one. I almost gave it a Sill look from Species, but I think that may just be the lips and inner jaw. I originally gave it a tail, but felt that there was a lot going on behind the back and below the head, and I felt very congested, so in the end I got rid of it completely. I did keep the exposed ribs, the exposed muscles in the mouth, the dorsal tubes, and of course the dickhead, but gave it an infernal twist, adding more sinewy muscles, suction cups, tentacles, piercings, all the things that define an infernal monster. I especially am liking the muscle going down the side of it. It looks like the lacing of a corset, and I love that illusion it gives. I originally did this effect in Judic in my previous illustration, but it was very subtle, whereas this time I brought it into like full effect down the sides, and I just love the illusion it gives. Anyways, with that being said, let's get back to the drawing, and I'll see you at the end of the video. I'm happy I went down the route of creating my own xenomorph, as I had so much more fun. I didn't feel tied down to stay true to the original Giger design. Thank you again for watching, and please consider supporting me on my Patreon, where you can see rough sketches, previews to the book I'm working on, and pages of concept art. You can also support me on my DeviantArt, Instagram, and ArtStation. Thank you again, and this is John, signing off.